I don't even know what I'm playing around, to be honest with you. I'm not going to draw half my deck again. Don't need to draw 7 more cards. That's not what this is about. And they finally concede. Like, why did they even stay in the game that long? The game was, like, clearly over. Hello everyone, it's your favorite player of 2024. I'm the Control Guy and I'm back with another video for you guys. Speaking of 2024, 2024 has been a really cool year for me. Obviously, created this channel, popped off, finally putting some controlled content in Timeless onto YouTube. It's all been really fun and I really appreciate it, and we're definitely going to keep this going in 2025. Why am I speaking as if I'm about to, leave you guys? I'm not leaving, going anywhere. I'm staying. Just wanted to wrap it up for the year because this is probably going to be the last video of 2024 unless I make a mini video. I was thinking of making a mini video being a retrospective, the decks I played in 2024 and how I felt they performed. But I just had that idea now and I didn't prepare for it throughout the year, so I have to see if I still have the decks. But yeah, I could do that. I'll see if I want it. But anyway, for today, I just wanted to show you guys a really cool strong deck that I found, probably one of my strongest decks again, because obviously the meta changes, so yeah, you'll see. Anyway, let's get right into the video. This one's going to have a little bit of a different thing in the deck tech, because I actually want to show you some stats. So yeah, let's get to that right now. Alright, so, the deck we're playing is going to be Bant control. I'll go into the actual deck list in a minute, but I just want to show you guys this real quick. I'm not a professional at working on TapGG. I don't really use it for stats ever, but this deck has been performing very well. And it's probably the best deck I have ever played in Timeless, right? The best control deck I've ever played in Timeless right now. It beats just that control, which is really crazy to me. I didn't think I'd ever make a better deck than that. But I just wanted you guys to see what this does. Let's see the deck history real quick. So version 6 is because I've iterated the deck 6 times in total. This actually started off as that deck that I had on the channel, which was blue-white control splashing Oko, and I kind of wanted to keep playing with that idea and see how far it goes. But now we're at a point where it's basically just Bant control. But yeah, it's really, really good. And if you see here, the play history is just what is this? What are these win rates, man? What are these? We stormed through Platinum and we just hit Diamond with it. I just hit Diamond off camera with this deck. This deck is absolutely nuts. Over 67% win rate all the way through Platinum is crazy to me. That's insane. And yeah, that was only with this version 6 build of the deck. Before that I was playing Endless Detour instead of Cosmic Rebirth, but you'll see that in a second. But yeah, Cosmic Rebirth, really good card in my opinion. But yeah, that's just wanted to show you guys some stats, because this deck is no joke. Ironically, I win way more on the draw, but I think honestly that's probably because I don't know if you can see it here anywhere, but I feel like I play more on the draw, but that's okay. Anyway, these win rates are absurd. These, obviously not a lot of sample size here. It looks crazy, but trust me when I tell you, when I'm actually playing, this is how it feels. I feel like I always win against Sultai. I feel like I'm always winning against Dimir. It's nuts like that. Anyway, let's get into the actual deck tech. Alright, so for the actual deck tech, we have basically just a blue-white control deck that is playing 3 green sources for 3 green cards. Oko, Uro, and Cosmic Rebirth. The strongest one obviously being Oko. Oko Thief for Crowns, really broken card, banned in pretty much every format, as you can see up there. But yeah, it's just a good card. It comes down, it takes over the game. It has way too much loyalty to be killed by creatures. It turns off any creature that your opponent may play. It turns off powerful artifacts the One Ring, which is another part of the format. This deck is just a toolbox of the strongest cards in the format, the strongest control pieces in the format, in my opinion. Uro, obviously, great late game win condition, stabilizes with life gain, lets you ramp, is a card draw engine in the late game if you never stick a One Ring, comes out the graveyard being virtual card advantage by just having a card in the graveyard that you can cast later on. That's card advantage, and then it just draws a card when it enters the battlefield. So even if they remove it, you already got something off of it. Really good stuff. We got Teferi Time Raveler, the good old, the glue, the control man. the man, the myth, the legend himself, probably one of the best control cards ever printed in Magic the Gathering. Honestly, this card on its own is like, he doesn't even seem that impactful, but when you think about what he does to a game, it's crazy. So yeah, that's Teferi. Then we got some counter spells. I went back to my like average of 6 counter spells in a control deck. I know Jessica Control was only playing the mana drains, but I really liked having like additional counter spells. And instead of playing with like Archmage Charm or Invert Polarity, like these counter spells that have minor upside but cost 3, I just wanted to keep it clean and play 2 mana counter spells that just counter everything unconditionally. Yeah, I just feel like that's just the way to go. We also have a secret 3rd Planeswalker in the deck in Tamiyo. Just 2 of them though. You can flip her with Brainstorm or with the One Ring or with Lórien Revealed. Honestly, you can sometimes even chain Tune the Narrative with a Teferi minus or an Uro draw to flip her. Tamiyo is really good, takes over the game if she goes unanswered. You can get a very early Tamiyo if you draw her in your opening hand and have a Brainstorm lying around, she just flips. So this card, in my opinion, really good card in control decks. Should be probably playing it. She ultimates way quicker than we thought originally. Like in Spoiler Season, everyone was like, "Oh, she's too slow." No, she flips and pluses up to 4, then 6, then 8, then she ultimates. That's in the early game. So if you don't have an answer for her, it's just you just die to your opponent drawing half the deck. So yeah, that's a really good card. We're playing the Tune Wrath combo as a board wipe sweep, but we also have a Supreme Verdict in case they have things that are too big or we need to uncounterably wipe the board. We can find a Supreme Verdict. Little bit of a nombo in the deck actually. We have Wrath of the Skies with Static Prison, but here's the thing: Static Prison, I already said this is a good card, apart from the fact that it actually literally costs 1 mana and therefore gets swept up by Wrath of the Skies. Other than that, this is just 1 mana remove anything. That's really powerful. Like, you can see here, no Get Lost in the main deck. Like, our only way to actually destroy or like remove a Planeswalker is Static Prison. And just having that option in the deck somewhere is really good. And we're getting to it. There's going to be a little bit of an extra combo you can do later on as well with Static Prison, which is really cool. So yeah, Static Prison, really good card in my opinion, and through the narrative energy, you will keep this thing alive for as long as you need it to be. And here's the thing, say you do need to early Wrath of the Skies, you have a Static Prison in hand, and they have like, I don't know, a Ragavan. Remove their Ragavan. They play their Ajani on turn 2. Then on your turn 2, because you got the energy from the Static Prison, you can give up your Static Prison, just let it sacrifice itself, keep your energy, and then Wrath of the Skies for 0 and wipe their board. Like, the Ragavan just gets swept up anyway. So, in the end, because you are the one casting the Wrath of the Skies, you can decide when you want to, like, if you want to just have your thing either swept up, or if you want to give them their thing back and then have it swept up. So yeah, that's just extra versatility, and that's pretty much the deck. Other than that, the only other techie card you can see here is Cosmic Rebirth, and this card, in my opinion, Cosmic Rebirth alone is like what I was saying earlier as you saw the stats. This card glues this deck together perfectly. It's so beautiful. So you cast the Teferi in the early game, they spell pierce it. Later on their end step, you instant speed Cosmic Rebirth your Teferi back onto the battlefield, and boom, no more instant speed spells. Oh, you have an Oko in the graveyard of the Surveil land or whatever? Cosmic Rebirth. Suddenly you have an Oko at instant speed. You can use this to gain 6 life and draw a card by bringing back Uro. Like, you can bring back your Tamiyo. You can bring back... And the thing with Cosmic Rebirth is that you don't have to target something that costs less than 3. You can target your One Ring in the graveyard and put it back in your hand. You can target your Solitude, put it back in your hand, and then pitch cast it. Like, this card... It's basically just 3 mana, draw the best card in your graveyard, and cast it for free sometimes. That's good enough. Like, in its absolute fail case, you will target the fetch land and ramp for 3 mana and gain 3 life at instant speed. That's good enough for me. I think Cosmic Rebirth is a great card, especially since it's an instant that you can put on top with Mystic Sanctuary to completely grind them out in the late game. Like, this... Inside of a One Ring deck, you're already a One Ring deck, so you're already like really grindy. You can already grind people to dust with the One Ring. Having this engine as well is just a little crazy in my opinion. Like, it goes hard. Like Cosmic Rebirth on your end step, put Teferi onto the battlefield, fetch a Mystic Sanctuary, put Cosmic Rebirth on top, draw it for turn, put an Oko into play with Cosmic Rebirth, then draw a card. It's over. it's over if that ever happens. And the coolest thing that I haven't mentioned yet is Static Prison. If your Static Prison is ever in the graveyard, it's also just an instant speed target for Cosmic Rebirth, so that's really cool. Static Prison also really good in against Show and Tell, obviously. You do have the 6 counterspells this time, so that's obviously better against Show and Tell, because you really do want to counter that combo. But if they do resolve it, you can put it in a Static Prison and take their omniscience, so that's cool. And yeah, that's the deck. We have 3 Mystic Sanctuaries. You could probably make space for a 4th one, but the mono blueness was a little awkward, so like, I kept it down to 3. We run some fetches. There is probably no real reason to play Scalding Tarn over Misty Rainforest. There probably isn't, to be honest. I want every fetch down to fetch Mystic Sanctuary. I'm not too bothered about getting my planes, to be honest. But I guess there's no reason to play for Misty Rainforest or not. It doesn't matter, because we don't have a basic forest in the deck, so it really doesn't matter. So that's why I just play some Scalding Tarns as well, in case they, like, I don't know, surgical my Misty Rainforest or whatever. Like, it's just a personal preference. You don't have to do this. If you like having just a clean mana base, you can play for Misty Rainforest instead. Actually, never mind. I am actually gonna swap out the Scalding Tarns for Misty Rainforest, because I just realized, I played a game and I realized that, yeah, Misty Rainforest fetches Lush Portico and Scalding Tarn doesn't, so now we actually fetch every fetchable with Misty Rainforest, so that's why I'm gonna switch it out. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but sometimes it does, and I forgot that a couple iterations ago for the deck, I did put the Lush Portico in over, I think it was over a second breeding pool. So yeah, just making that change, just letting you know. Anyway, we got Lórien Revealed to draw cards in the late game, or just, Island Cycle if you need to, and that's pretty much the deck. Monumental Henge has a lot of hits in this deck. You can hit Teferis, One Rings, Tamiyos, Uros, and Okos. That's a lot of hits, so good to have. There's an argument to play, here to play the green Monharan's 3 utility land. What's it called? Shifting Woodlands. There's an argument to play that, because Shifting Woodlands can, in the late game, I don't know, copy an Uro that's in the graveyard and attack, or copy a One Ring that's in the graveyard and draw cards. It's not hard to get Delirium. We have enchantments, instant sorceries, creatures, and planeswalkers, and artifacts, and lands, so we have 6 different types, so it's easier to hit Delirium. I personally think just drawing a card is probably better, so that's why I'm doing that. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Let us jump right into the games, shall we? Okay. Opponent goes first. Again. Always have my opponents going first when I'm playing this deck. We do have a removal spell and a mana drain and a One Ring and a Brainstorm, so this hand is decent. Keep it. The lands are a little slow because we have the Meticulous Archive in the opener, but that is okay. Let's hope to draw some more lands. They mulligan, which is interesting. I don't know what deck mulligans. Well, Rakdos is a start. Dark Ritual into Sorin, I guess. Or into Necro. Demonic Tutor, okay. Oh, they're Phoenix. They're Phoenix, aren't they? So they need another Dark Ritual, and then they're gonna Buried Alive. Duress, okay, interesting. That's a lot of cards you use there just to duress me. Okay. Wonder what your 3 cards are. I'm just gonna... No. What do I do? Okay, I'm gonna hold up a Source of Plowshares, I guess. Like, I don't know what they're playing. I don't know what their plan is. Are they doing something this turn? Like, what's the play here? Shop. Faithless Looting. So they're Reanimator, obviously, but what's their play here? Okay, 1 Phoenix in the graveyard, and no further play. That's interesting. I will fetch a Meticulous Archive simply because I want to have untapped white on my turn. Yep, that's a good draw. Just gonna play that and pass.
Ow, ow, okay.
Oh yeah.
Adam Sandler? What are you doing here?
Waiting for them
And
to play
they
Gangnam
lose.
Style.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let me give you guys some context. So I hit record on this video, and then I straight up lost 3 games in a row. Every single one of them, because I had a bad draw every single time. Like, one game I was completely flooded, the other game I was completely mana screwed. Man, and now I just win a game for free because my opponent chose to keep a bad hand. What? Like, what is going on in Diamond? Like, that's a mythic opponent, by the way. Like, that's a mythic opponent keeping Demonic Tutor Dark Ritual Duress. Like, hello? What is going on? Anyway, does that even go in the video? Like, what? Probably not. Like, probably not. Like, that probably doesn't go in the video. Alright. We go first for once. And we have a very interesting hand that does literal nothing for the first couple turns. However, we do start on a fetch land, can then surveil into like whatever the top card of our deck is, and then we can Lórien Revealed. Nah, the Mystic. If this was a fetch land, I'd keep it, but the Mystic Sanctuary just makes it too awkward. So we're gonna go down. This hand is okay. We'll keep this one, and we're gonna bottom either Lórien or the Plains. Let's bottom Lórien. Yeah, keep that. Because it lets us exile Solitude to Solitude. And then have... Okay, what am I playing against? Playing against what? Am I playing against Show and Tell? Who on Earth starts on... Who starts on tap Mystic Sanctuary? Alright, well... Surveil. Teferi would be crazy good, right? I think I keep Teferi, right? I was thinking if I wanted to slam Oko, but I think Teferi is good enough to just slam against the blue deck. Now, if they're on Show and Tell, they have not sculpted at all. If they're on Show and Tell, and they now just win off of one Brainstorm or off of no sculpting, then I just lost anyway. I wasn't going to win that game because my hand doesn't beat that anyway. So here, I'm going to play Teferi against the blue deck, see what they want to do here. If they do something about it, that's great. I get to resolve Oko next turn. If not, and they just win off of a Show and Tell, I wasn't gonna win anyway. Okay, like that's my play here. That's my game plan. Okay, so they are a red deck. That's good info. So they're not on Show and Tell, which is interesting. They obviously mana drain because the Teferi would shut down their entire deck. So let's see what they can do with 5 mana. 5 mana, 7 cards. Let's see what they can do here. This incentivizes them to tap out though, so that's good for me. What have you got, opponent? 2 cards in graveyard. Flame of Anora themselves, so they fully tap out unless they have like a land here, which they don't, and they die. Okay. Well, second game in Diamond, also a literal non-game. That's really cool. They counter Teferi, then Flame of Anora themselves, miss a land drop, and leave. Okay. Diamond has been a really good experience so far. Alright, we go first. We have another unkeepable hand because we have Mystic Sanctuary in our opener, even though we already have 3 in the deck. We do go first, so that's a start. But we're against a Lurrus deck, and we're against a numbered mythic player, so... Yeah, I don't know if this is keepable, guys. Probably not. Probably a mulligan. This hand is better. Still weird, but it's better, I guess. So yeah, we'll keep this one. Bottom one of the Uros. See where this goes. No removal in this hand either, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. That's good. That's also good. Ocelot Pride. So against Ocelot Pride, you have to source the Ocelot, not the Guide of Souls. because if you Swords the Guide of Souls, and they just have another Ocelot Pride, which is fair enough, but my point was, if you Swords the Guide of Souls, they gained life for the swords, so the Ocelot would still trigger. So, okay, it's unlucky that they have another Ocelot Pride, but it is what it is. Not much you can do. That's also part of basically just damage control, trying to stop them from just completely popping off. I have enough energy here to pump one of their things, which sucks, but that's fine. I can either Uro to gain 3 life here, or Teferi to like make them cast something again. I can Cosmic Rebirth the land back. I think that's too weak. Or I just want to Uro. It is a little awkward because I don't know, like all of these plays aren't amazing. Teferi can die here, Uro can gain me 3 life. They're still gonna assemble a board, and both of these plays draw cards anyway. Let's get Teferi killed. I'm gonna play Teferi, bounce the guide because that is less energy for them. Draw an Oko. Teferi's gonna die here, but that's okay. I need to draw either a Wrath of the Skies or a land. Yes, Teferi is dead. That's nothing new. We knew this. Wrath of the Skies or land would be good. They didn't play the guide pre-combat, so they missed a lot of damage. Okay, they have me a Johnny, so a Wrath of the Skies wouldn't even be good enough here because I don't have enough energy. Don't have enough energy for it. Land is good though. Let's cast off 1 ring. Now we just have to draw into a board wipe. If we can somehow find a board wipe here, we should be fine. If we can't, we're gonna suffer. That is the city's blessing, but they currently have no way of gaining life, so they're not actually gonna make any caps. And they didn't remove my 1 ring, which is also very good for me. Some cards. That's not the board wipe I was hoping for. I'll say that. It's Brainstorm, I guess. Okay, there's a board wipe. Okay. Let's put Rebirth away because it just doesn't matter. Put a land away. Now, if they have a way to flip a Johnny, that's good. They also will get a Lurrus here for free. There's nothing I can do about that. I don't think that's a problem though. I'll fetch my basic planes just in case Blood Moon, and then I'll wipe the board. So if they can flip a Johnny here, that's great for them, but I don't know, I feel like that's still okay. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards next turn. Okay, they can't flip a Johnny, that's great for me, so all their creatures just die. That's good. Alright. So they're gonna lure us here and get back one of their creatures, which is fine, I guess. Again, because they're Lurrus Energy, I don't have to worry about Flage here, so that's always nice. I also don't have to worry about Blood Moon thinking about it because they are, again, the Lurrus version. They get back their cap, but they didn't gain life this turn, so they're not gonna make anything on end step. Cosmic Rebirth. It's back. I'll draw 3 cards. Play a Flooded Strand. I think I double Swords Oko, so Swords this. I don't think I actually Oko, I think I Uro. Or I could just hold up a Counterspell as well. Yeah, I think I just hold up a Counter... Yeah, hold up Counterspell and Cosmic Rebirth, I think that's the play. I can play Tamiyo. I'm taking a lot of damage, but I do have a Counterspell. Okay. This Tamiyo is fodder. She's meant to die here. She's just gonna die to a Galvanic Discharge, that's fine. Okay, let's kind of counter an Amped Raptor next turn and then hope to do something. Johnny, let's just counter. any 2-drop they play, I'm just gonna counter. Let's put Rakdos as a board rep on top, because again, they're a creature deck, so stopping them from reassembling is always good. Let's do that. Now, if the hand is double bolt, that sucks, but that's alright. I gain some mana, score some cards. Didn't find a way to beat our own One Ring, but that's okay because we will cause Cosmic Rebirth targeting Teferi. Take action. 3. Bounce our ring. Auto tapper, recast our ring, get protection from everything, and then shock in the land, so we have mana counterspell available. Discard a card, I will discard Uro. Then next turn we bring back Uro, and the game should close up pretty quickly. Discharge Teferi, I think that's okay. Like, I don't care. Teferi has done his job of resetting our One Ring. Threats is what I'm worried about here, and there don't seem to be any, so no damage from our One Ring. Also don't draw extra cards, because, you know, we are full. Let's take out some lands, swords, some lands. Do want to keep the Teferi in there, because we can still Cosmic Rebirth back on top, and get Teferi back, and that's enough for them. GG. So yeah, this is what the deck is meant to do. I don't know if I put the 2 wins in the video, but that was just cheesy. I had a lot of cheesy losses and wins in Diamond so far. The Diamond experience has been a little rough, to be honest, but this is what the deck is meant to do. It's meant to just be super stable, just have a handful of cards and run you out of resources, and that just usually works, so that's the deck. Alright. Opponent goes first, no companion, so probably combo. We do have a Tamiyo combo, we do have lands this game. I think we keep it. It's a bit risky because we don't really have interaction, but we do have Brainstorm as well, so I think we'll keep this one. Opponent with no companion. Yeah, probably on some weird deck. I'm not going to play Tamiyo out. I'm going to flip Tamiyo on my turn 2. Let's see what they're playing. What the hell is that, man? Wall of Text cause Alchemy, but it's fine. Flying Lifelink, when it attacks, conjure a card named Sanguine Bond into the top 15. It perpetually gains, you may pay 0. So you just get a free Sanguine Bond. Okay, that's pretty good, I guess, but don't think I'm really going to do anything about that. When it attacks, you get a free Sanguine Bond. I'm going to play Hedge Maze, get my green source. Put Uro straight to the graveyard, that's really cool. And do I just flip Tamiyo then? I think that's literally what I have to do. I could try to remove this, but I don't know how scared of Sanguine Bond I am. Obviously it goes infinite with some things, but let's just play Timeless and flip Tamiyo on turn 2, right? Do have a bunch of counter magic, which I will not hide on top. Are they a hand hate deck? Possibly. I think I hide the One Ring and put that under a... like that? I don't know. I don't know what the right play there is. I'm not thinking really well. I'm already thinking here. I feel like if I just keep counter magic, that should be fine. I don't know what this deck is actually trying to do. This thing's gonna hit me for 1. Oh, they're gonna have multiple Sanguine Bonds, I just realized. But they're just Lifegain, right? Yeah, they are just a Lifegain deck, so that should be fine. That should be fine. Tamiyo might die. Tamiyo probably will die, to be honest. They do go face though, so that might conflict with them killing Tamiyo. So they put that in the deck. I plus Tamiyo again. If they cast a Sanguine Bond and I mana drain it, I gain 5 mana, so that's cool. I think I mana drain anything they play here, to be honest. because I just want to wipe the board and get my Tamiyo all over with. I don't know that Lifegain is a viable deck. I'm just going to mana drain that because I do actually want to keep my Tamiyo if possible. Thank you very much, opponent. Nope. What's happening? Still going full face. Okay. Well. Put your Sanguine Bonds in your deck. Sure. Okay, my turn. Get another Meticulous Archive. Don't need Lórien Revealed, honestly. Get 2 extra mana. Play this. Play this. I want to price them into casting a spell here because I'm gonna be wiping the board with a Counterspell backup. I want them to think they can cast a spell, and then Tamiyo is just gonna ult. Okay. What is that? Whenever you gain life, a random creature perpetually gets XX. I don't care. Oh, it's just my turn. Okay. Sure. Let's draw off my deck. Yeah, I just don't see it with all these decks, man. Like, I don't see it. Like, where's the Teferi? Is there a Teferi in here? Huh? No Teferi. Okay. Well, I'll just exile this. There you go, you gained life. I have made my land drop, right? Yeah, I have. Okay. Sure. I don't see how they win here. Like, I don't know. I don't know what source they're cooking with here, but don't really see how they win. I'm just gonna counter this Deep Combat simply for the sake of them not having to go through my entire hand to find a spell they want to take, to be honest. Might be gonna crack my fetch. Play another fetch land, plus this. Yeah, here, this is my win condition, if you were wondering. This is how I win the game. I don't know if they wanted to see a win con, or what's going on here, or... I should probably crowd. At the beginning of every upkeep, if you draw a card... Oh, you draw... Yeah, it's just for X in Arena, okay, cool. Let's just counterspell it, or do I mana drain it? Sure, I mana drain it. It's 3 mana for free. The One Ring. Flooded Strand. Alright, let's get them dead. They clearly don't want to concede yet, so they probably have something in the deck that can turn the tides here. I don't know what it would be. Whenever another creature enters gain 1, yeah, sure. Sure thing, man. Oh, Sanguine Bond, there it is. What is this? Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses. Do I even counter it? Like, is this even worth countering? Probably not, right? Nah. Well, sure, let's counter it. Sure. I'm running out of deck. I have 20 turns. I'll get some energy for free. And I'm gonna fetch all my fetches here. Let's get this out the way. And it's tapped. And it's tapped. And it's untapped. My turn. Monumental Henge. Let's play Uro. Drain on top. Take action. Okay. Plus Tamiyo again, I guess. Lost the ring. Attack. Do I have like a swords or anything? Nope. Nah, I'm not too bothered by that. If they want to attack with that, that's fine. I don't know what I'm even playing around here. I'm just gonna counter stuff. I don't even know what I'm playing around, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna draw half my deck again. Don't need to draw 7 more cards. That's not what this is about. And they finally conceded. Like, why did they even stay in the game that long? The game was like clearly over. Like, it was hard to narrate it so that you guys don't fall asleep. Like, they're dead. Like, is it hard to understand that you're dead when your control opponent has like 15 lands in play and has drawn half the deck? Like, not slandering, but like, just concede. Like, you're on 4 lands with a fringe standard playable card in play against an Uro, banned in standard, banned in standard, modern, and Pioneer. Oko, banned in standard, modern, legacy, and Pioneer. Like, the One Ring, banned in modern. Like, why are you still playing? Why are you still here, opponent? Anyway, next game. Opponent goes first. No companion. No companion usually means combo. No companion usually means combo, but we can keep this. We do have an early Tamiyo. Arid Mesa. What are you gonna fetch off that? Orzhov. Guide of Souls. Okay, so we're playing no companion energy. That is interesting. No companion energy, huh? It's really interesting. I'm not sure what I'm facing here, to be honest. Why would you play energy with no companion, right? Like, what are you looking for? You're playing 3-drops because you don't have Luris, and you have double pips because you're not playing Giganta. So this is just an obvious Bowmaster, so can't really play into that. Islet. That's good against Blood Moon, which they might have in the deck. This is so awkward, man. Well, they're not really putting any pressure on me right now. I can't, like... What's the play here? I think I shock this in. Because I want to, like, in response to a Bowmaster, I want to Brainstorm. Because obviously there's a Bowmaster coming, so I want to Brainstorm in response. And hit 3 lands? Like, what is going... Like, what the... Okay. Okay, cool. That's fine, I guess. Wait, what is going on, though? Like, what are these draws? Like, 3 lands off of a Brainstorm? You sure? That's so, like, just unlucky, right? That just has to be mega unlucky, right? No white card, no Solitude, nothing. Like, why do I hit 3 lands there? I don't understand. Like, what the fuck? Hit my One Ring, because that's somehow what they're scared of. So they have Tamiyo covered, I have to guess. Attack me. So they evidently have Tamiyo covered. I'm gonna play this Misty Rainforest and Surveil. Like, I'm not playing Tamiyo out when they clearly have her covered. Ugh. If they play a Blood Moon, I have my planes on top, I guess. Bombardment. That basically doubles their damage, which just sucks, but there's nothing I can do. They probably don't play a Blood Moon though, because they why would they play a Blood Moon in Mardu? Yeah, this draw is just bad. This draw is just bad. Like, look at all these lands in my hand doing actual nothing. I'm just thinking about something here. Okay, Wrath of the Skies would be a great, like, thing to see off of this Hedge Maze that I'm gonna fetch right now. End the turn. They clearly have something. Wrath of the Skies for once. Oh my god. For once. Holy cow. So they ping me for 3. And then I kill the Goblin Bombardment. There we go. Raptor, that's 2 for 1. And they have... Oh, they hit Galvanic Discharge. That is a whiff. I like that. I like that. I like them whiffing. Why didn't they just target their own thing and not pay energy? That's weird. The Wrath of the Skies on top. Pass the turn. Do I take 2 damage here? I don't think I do, because that puts me in lightning bolt range. I don't think I take 2 damage, that puts me in lightning bolt range. They probably have a Galvanic Discharge or something to kill my Solitude. Oh, Johnny, okay. Sure. Static Prison. That is like, that has to be like the worst play you could have made though, right? That has to have been the worst possible play they could have made. Because like... Okay, it's, okay, wait, hold on. My idea here is Wrath of the Skies for 1, but... Because it's my turn, my trigger will go on the stack first, so the Ajani will flip before my Solitude exiles the Ajani. So I do have to Wrath for 2. But that's okay, I'm still fine doing that. Like, I just Wrath for 2 here. They see that on top, and they just play into it straight up. See how the Solitude trigger is under the Ajani trigger? Yeah, that would have happened as well, so I have to like, not play the, I have to do it for 2 there instead of for 1. Static Prison. Honestly, man, no. I'm not, I don't. Or I could just, yeah, actually, never mind. I can just put the Wrath of the Skies back on top. Yeah, I can just put the Wrath of the Skies back on top. Yeah, sure. Take my Solitude, I don't care. I'd rather counter his spell, which he doesn't seem to have one. Oh, that's a Dash Rag event. Let's counter that. Yep, that's fine. Oh, they're top decking now. Nice. Lush Portico. Oh my goodness. Don't have a second green source yet, unfortunately, but that was nice. Actually, hold on. Let's overpay. Let's pay 4 mana into this. And then just pay 1 energy. Let's get some excess energy. And then let's play Tamiyo. Next turn we're bringing back Uro, so if they don't
So basically,
this
what I was
turn,
thinking
they
of was,
probably lose.
oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
And we just stabilized. Opponent made a grave mistake there. Don't play your Static Prison there when you see a Wrath of the Skies on top. That's just bad. Yeah. Like at least wait for, like, surely they at least like I can't attack with Solitude because they just keep open their cat with a Johnny and then block with the cat. Solitude dies, they get Planeswalker. So I can't attack with Solitude. And then like if I Wrath the Skies to kill their Ajani and attack them for 3, yeah, I gain 3 life, but then you can Static Prison and take my Solitude away, right? But yeah, again, just Uro in the deck, just inevitability in the late game, really good. That's GG. And we're back for the post-game chat. My first couple games in Diamond this season were rough. Like, I don't know what those... Like, I had 5 games in a row that was 3 losses and 2 wins. And the 3 losses were all just me getting screwed by my deck, where I draw all my board reps against show and tell and all my counterspells against aggro, and no lands against show and tell. That was rough. And then the next 2 games, literally when I'm about to D-rank back to platinum, my next 2 games are just turn 2 scoops by my opponent because they didn't draw right. Like, what the hell was that? So, interesting field we're playing in right now. I still think this deck is really sweet. Obviously, the 81% win rate was tarnished by those 3 losses in the beginning that I'm not down on in the video, but I think it's fair for you guys to know that they exist. Is this deck better than Jeskai control? So-and-so. I like the more counterspells, but you could just reconfigure Jeskai to have more counterspells if you really needed to. I really like Cosmic Rebirth. I think this card is amazing. Is it as good as... like, Cosmic Rebirth in this deck is replacing basically the Arena of Glory Flage combo. And I think Cosmic Rebirth is better for grinding, but not as good to get the opponent dead. If you want to kill your opponent quickly, Arena of Glory Flage is better. But if you want to, like, survive the late game or grind out, Cosmic Rebirth is insane. Like, just getting a Teferi back on the battlefield at instant speed, instantly shutting off their instant speed and direction is just so good. Basically saying, do you have a counterspell on your turn? If you do, I resolve something on my turn. If you don't, well, I have Teferi now. That's really cool. I like the Static Prison tech. This card is nice. I think it's decent in control. Because again, you have control of when you Wrath the Skies, but I don't think I want more than 1 or 2 Static Prisons in the deck. Because at that point, is it much better than what's the card called? Prismatic Ending? Probably not. But I like that Static Prison is a permanent that removes any other permanent. That's pretty cool. Other than that, you might want to adjust the land count. 21 lands and 1 Lórien Revealed felt a little bit tight. I was missing land drops here and there. Like, if you keep a 3-land opening hand, you're fine. If you keep an opening hand with a fetch lands and Brainstorm, you should be fine because of your Surveil lands and whatnot. But sometimes I was like, I wish I drew a land there. So if you can find something to cut for a land, sure. But me personally, I like the numbers, even though sometimes I would miss land drops. But yeah, other than that, this deck is pretty powerful. Again, I think Jeskai is probably better against creature decks, like the Boros Energy deck. And because we're running Leyline Binding and Jeskai, it's probably also a little better against Show and Tell. But this deck is better at reacting to the format and doesn't flood out on drawing removal spells. Because Oko is a removal spell that wins the game, if that makes sense. And that's just powerful to be able to play. In Timeless itself, I think overall, Uro is better than Flage. But in the context of there being so many creatures in Magic right now, in like Timeless right now, Flage is better because Flage can remove a creature and give you a 6/6 that gains you 3 life. Whereas Uro only... Did I say Oko? I meant Flage. But Uro only draws a card, which is good. But I think Flage is probably better in the context of killing creatures. So yeah, that's the deck. Let's open a pack and end the video. Alright, we're back for a pack opening. I am kind of broke on Arena right now, so I only have a Foundations pack. So you guys are going to have to bear with. Let's open it up. Alright, we got a rare card, and we got Zul Assure Lichlord. 2 mana, rare, 2/2. Ward, pay 2 life. You may cast target zombie creature card from your graveyard this turn. That sounds like a decent card in Standard, to be honest. I'm not too sure how Standard Zombies is, but a 2 mana graveyard casting enabler sounds decent, but obviously in Timeless, nowhere near. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Again, 2024 was a great year. Started the channel. Basically went from, I think we started in April, right? So yeah, basically grew this channel from literal dust in April to 600 subs in December. Really proud of that. Really love the video, making videos for you guys. Really love playing Control. So I will be back in the next year. Probably more consistent as well. This year, towards the end, I kind of have this 1 video a week schedule. I'm hoping to bump that up to 1 to 1.5 videos every week. But I can't promise anything because obviously I'm just a normal person myself. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or anything you want me to do, put that in the comments. I read all my comments, like all my comments, and I appreciate you guys so much. You're the best viewers on YouTube. I'm the Control Guy, and I bid you all farewell. Peace.